Hello. Hi, everyone. I hope you're well. I hope you can hear me and you can see me. I'm a bit further away from the screen today, so I will speak a bit more louder to make sure you can hear. But if you have any problem with hearing me, please let me know in the chat. But I'm hoping that the technology has been good so far, that it will be good today. So welcome again to this series of daily sessions where every day until Saturday, 16th of September, I guide you through a 10-minute sophrology practice. If you're new to sophrology, this is a great way to discover this mind-body practice. And it's also an opportunity for you to get into the habit, to take that time to reconnect with yourself, and so that you can set your intention, start your day well. And after the sessions, I explain as well how you can use exercises in the day. So that's what we're doing here. And also reminding you that these sessions are open to everyone. So it's not too late to share with your friends, your family, your colleagues, anybody you feel could welcome these sessions and be open to sophrology. Do share with them. The only thing is, as I am founder of Step Into Sophrology and work mainly with people living with chronic illness, pain, and fatigue, I make sure that I provide adaptations on how to do the exercises so that it's accessible to all. Right, so we have been doing sessions on Sunday about calm, on yesterday, start of the week, about being collected, and I hope you're enjoying the sessions so far. Today, the theme is free. And when I planned this session, I actually had three things that came to my mind. The first one was free of tensions. And I'm going to share with you a couple of dynamic exercises which I find are really good to release tensions, both physically and figuratively. So we're going to work with that today. Another theme that came up was the value of freedom, but we don't have time to cover that today. I preferred to look at freedom in another way, which is, in my journey with sophrology, what has been really important and game-changing was how quickly I became autonomous with the exercises and the fact that I could do it myself, for myself. And that's always something I aim to do with the clients I work with, is I do provide recordings so that they can work with the recordings, but also explain how you wean yourself off the recordings so that you can really tune in with yourself and sense and have that freedom to choose what it is that is right for you today. What exercises do you need? So we are going to do this today. I'm not gonna, well, I might do some suggestions just in case nothing comes up, but basically what we're going to do through the sessions, I'm going to let you be free to sense, while you reconnect with yourself, what is important for you right now, what it is that you need today. And whatever shape or form this comes to you, we'll work with it. So everybody will find something to work with. Okay. Right, so I don't see any messages in the chat. I'm assuming that you are hearing me well. I think you would have told me by now if you couldn't. So let's start by showing you the session. And you see that I am standing today, but I've got my chair behind me. So if you are going to find yourself a space where you can stand, but you can also sit, because it's a mix of standing and sitting today. But what I always say is, if I ask you to stand, and when you are standing, even if it's in the middle of the exercises, you realize you're not comfortable standing, you don't have the energy for it, but please sit down, because all the exercises we're doing today, they can totally be done sitting down. If, unfortunately, you're in bed today, you don't have the energy to sit up, that's fine. You can visualize doing the exercises. Your brain is still activating the parts of the body if you imagine you're doing the movements. So we'll start standing, awareness of ourselves, and then we're going to go into a shoulder pump exercise where we're going to place our hands into gentle fist. We're going to breathe in. As we breathe in, we're going to lift the shoulders up, and then while we hold our breath, we're going to pump up and down with the shoulders. And then we're going to breathe out, let the shoulders drop, and open our hands. Now, here are the adaptations for those of you who have very tense shoulders. Really, the idea is to reconnect with your body and to do what's right for you. That's a main sophrology rule. Always be comfortable through the exercises, and if something doesn't resonate with you, skip it. So if the shoulders are particularly tense and you feel this is too much, you can do very small movement. You can even do circular movement if you prefer. If you find the arms are too heavy, place them on your shoulders to do the movement like this or circular, however it feels for you. And also, when it comes to breathing in and holding the breath, because we hold the breath lungs full of air, first, you don't have to wait for me to breathe out. If you feel you need to breathe out before I do, please do so. And if you have high blood pressure, if you are pregnant, perhaps holding the breath with your lungs full of air is not the best for you. You can always do the exercise free breathing. So you breathe normally, and perhaps you just time that at some point when you breathe out, you release. So that's for this first exercise. After this exercise, we'll do a little pause and we'll just notice what's happening there. So there'll be a moment of silence, but I'm still there, and there is no judgment to be had. It's just listening to yourself, seeing, perhaps you will feel some sensations, perhaps not, but we welcome what is. After this exercise, we'll move on to an exercise with, again, our arm up, but this time hand into fist, and we're going to breathe in, bring the arm backward like this. If you want, you can rotate the arm, but you don't have to. And when you can't hold the breath anymore, breathe out and punch. Okay, so we're going to do 2 times with one side. Then we're going to do 2 times with the other side like this. So we put our hands into fist, arm in front of us. We breathe in, we aim, and we can rotate if we want, but not necessarily, and punch. And since we do it 2 times with both arms, you can decide to do it once like this, perhaps once like this. You'll see what you prefer when you want to do it again. And after, we're going to bring both arms up. And again, we're going to breathe in, bring both arms backward, hold the breath, and punch on the out breath. Again, hold the breath, just what's right for you. If you don't want to hold the breath, you can also do it in free breathing. And you see that through those 2 exercises, the shoulder pump and this one, which I call the target, I'm going to invite a little visualization element on the last set of exercises, and you'll see whether it resonates with you. After having done this exercise and the pause, we'll sit back at the back of the chair. We'll acknowledge this new posture, and that's where you're going to welcome. You're free to choose. You listen to yourself and you let come what is important to you, what you need today. And just through our breathing, we're going to be working with that. Okay. Are we ready to start? If I can get a little reaction from you guys, perhaps just a little something to show me that everything is okay. Great, thank you so much. All right, let's start. So find your place, find your space, so that you are standing, but you have your chair at the ready, and you can sit down at any point. That's the thing, like already as you're standing now, how does it feel? And if you need to sit down, you sit down. And let's just take a little moment first to look around us so that we acknowledge the space we're in. And we can look at the elements that are surrounding us, their colors, their shape, the space in the room between ourselves, the walls, the various elements, the windows, the door, where we're placed, the volume of things around us. Do we have space around us? Can we do the movement I've just described? And if that's all right with you, you can either close the eyes, or if you don't feel balanced enough, eyes closed, perhaps just lower your gaze a little. An opportunity for you to start letting go of the world outside and reconnecting to yourself, sensing Sensing really, as if it was the first time, as if you were discovering the body, how it is like to be standing. How stable, comfortable are you? Do you need to adjust the space between your feet? Do you need to shift position? You're free to do so. You're free to do what's right for you. This is your space and time. Notice your breathing. You don't have to change anything, but if you notice that there is something that wants to change as you become more aware of your breathing, let it happen naturally. And we're going to start with that shoulder pump exercise. So start bringing the awareness to your shoulders and keep the awareness there so that you do the movement to the amplitude and speed that is just right. And remember, with holding the breath, can be as short or as long as you want, as long as you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable holding the breath, do it in free breathing. So we're going to put our hands into gentle fists. When we're ready, let's breathe in, lift the shoulders up. And we are holding the breath, pumping up and down, as gently or as briskly as we like. Just what's right for us. And when you're ready, breathe out, release, let go. I'm used to this exercise, so I might be holding the breath quite long. If you need to release before, it's fine. And just welcome what's happening in the shoulders right now. Noticing how it feels after this first exercise so you can decide how you're going to do it the second time. And remember, it could be very gentle circular movements. You could place your hands onto your shoulders if you need to. Let's do it a second time. Hands into gentle fist. We breathe in and we pump while we hold the breath. Aware of our shoulders. Release. We open the hands. We let the shoulders drop. We're going to do this exercise a third time. And if you'd like to work with this visualization, I'm going to invite you to imagine, if you want, that you have bags in your hands. And as you pump up and down, you're going to take the opportunity to fill those bags with your worries, your tensions, things that perhaps annoy you, whatever it could be. And as you breathe out and release, you're just going to let those bags drop to the floor. So let's do this. Imagine you have the bags. Breathe in. While you hold your breath, fill up your bags. Put in there tensions, worries, anything that you don't need to carry on for you today. And drop the bags. Take a moment now to feel. Eyes closed or gaze lowered. Just sense everything that's happening in the body. Perhaps you feel your heart beating, maybe you feel warmth or freshness, maybe you feel tingling around the shoulders area, maybe not. Maybe it feels like there is a twitch, an itch, some other sensations in other parts of the body. Let's move on to that target exercise where we're going to punch. We're going to start by bringing one arm up with a hand into fist. Okay, shoulders relaxed, just what you need. Let's breathe in. As you hold the breath, perhaps you want to rotate the arm. I'll let you decide. And when you need to breathe out, release, punch. And let the arm down. Sensing what's happening in the shoulder, in the chest, feeling the movement, doing it at the intensity that is just right for you. Listen to your body. Second time. Hand into fist in front of us, arm up, breathe in, bring the arm backwards, rotate if you want or not, and punch. And arm down. Now, Can we detect any difference between left side and right side after having done this exercise? Perhaps there is, perhaps there isn't. We're going to do it with the other side. So hand into fist, arm up in front of us. Let's breathe in. Let's bring the arm backwards, rotating if you want, up to you. Just hold the breath what's right for you, or do it in free breathing. And punch, letting the arm down. Second time, arm up, hand into fist, breathe in, bring the arm backward, rotate it if you want. And when you're ready, punch. Letting both arms down, sensing again, left, right. Do we feel this part of the body being activated or not? And now we're going to do it 2 times with both arms up. And this time, again, I'm going to invite you, if you want to imagine a bag where you put all your worries, can be situations, images, words, feelings, sensations, and we're going to punch the bag away. So let's bring both arms up, hands into fist, breathe in, arm backwards, rotate them if you want or not. And when you're ready, punch into the bag, sending that bag away. Let's do it one more time, just in case. Make sure we really bring all those tensions far, far away. Both arms up in front of us, hands into fist. Breathe in, aim, and punch. And take a moment to notice how it feels. How it feels in the body, perhaps particular sensations around the shoulders, arms, and chest area. Perhaps not. Again, could be a feel of being lighter or heavier, more spacious. Is there anything there? Just becoming aware. And now let's sit down, acknowledging our new sitting position, making ourselves comfortable. Closing our eyes if we're happy to close the eyes. Welcoming the points of contact of the chair on our back, our feet on the floor, the placement of our hands relaxed on our lap, perhaps, the head balanced on top of the spine, and our breathing. And let's look within. As freely as possible, let's ask ourselves, what's important for me today? What do I need? What would be good for me? And just let it come from within. Perhaps as a word, perhaps it's an inner voice. Maybe the message comes as an image, a symbol, a color. It could take any shape. Maybe it's even a scent or a taste. What do I need today? What's important? What could I do with a bit more of? And however it comes, maybe even if it's abstract, just noticing how it makes you feel when this positive element comes up. Bearing in mind that if what comes up doesn't feel right at all, you can push it away with your breath, blow it out, and invite something that you'd like to work with. If there's nothing that's coming to you, well, you can perhaps choose freedom, you could choose calm, kindness, clarity. Once you have your element, just starting to connect to it and finding your own way. So that each time you breathe in, you invite this element in, perhaps as an image, as a word, as an energy. Each time you breathe out, you let it fill yourself up. imagining this particular element that's important to you, that you need more of today, flowing and expanding in your body. Simply with your breath, breathing it in, on the out breath, sending it everywhere in the body. Perhaps even being curious, how far does it go? Does it reach the extremities? As if you were filling yourself up, sending it to the various elements inside yourself, your various tissues, organs, the core of your being. How does it feel to have this element within? To sense it perhaps getting stronger and stronger within yourself. Each time you breathe in and out, what does it bring to you? What kind of feeling, sensations? And keep hold of the sensations, but now let go of the elements you worked with, whatever shape or form it came. Take a little time to notice how you're feeling inside. Physically, emotionally, mentally. Just taking note with no judgment of what's there. Are you feeling quieter, more hopeful, more confident, stronger, brighter, lighter, heavier? And now prepare yourself to come back. Start moving your feet, your hands, stretching, taking a few deep breaths, perhaps yawning, and recuperating your normal state of awareness. And when you're ready, you can open the eyes. All right, I hope you enjoyed this session. So very quickly, let me tell you how you can use the exercises. The shoulder pump is my favorite anti-stress exercise. And it's one that if you were to start using it every day, even without noticing or realizing, you're going to start noticing shifts and that you don't react to things in the same way as before. And it's such a great exercise as well to release some of the tensions in the shoulders, providing that you're doing it in a way that is comfortable for you, not overdoing it. But you can also add this intention that you drop and release tensions like we did on the last exercise. The target with a punch like this, again, I find it's a very good exercise to release tensions in the upper part of the body, to open the chest. And it's also one that is really good when you get annoyed, perhaps angry, and there is, I don't know, something or somebody that is, you would like to do that. And that's a kind of release. So you can use this exercise with the visualization of that bag that you punch away, or you can just do it physically and release the tensions in the upper part of the body. And finally, that last visualization is about you listening to yourself and freely deciding what it is that you need on the day. So whatever you came up with today, I hope you consciously remember through the day to reconnect to it and the sensations perhaps that you felt, so that you carry on building on it through the day. And you can do that, of course, every day. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. If you want to subscribe to the channel, and if you want to see more videos, subscribe. And we'll wish you a lovely day and a happy practice. Bye, everyone.